Coronavirus cases here in Hawaii also continues to grow, now standing at 371, with 85 listed as recovered or cleared from isolation. Of course, a lot of concern and questions this morning. Joining us now with the very latest is Lieutenant Governor and the state's COVID-19 liaison, Dr. Josh Green. Good morning to you, Lieutenant Governor.
Good morning. Good
morning. Thanks again for joining us. Let's go ahead and jump right into the cases. We now stand at 371, 32 new cases reported on Saturday, then 20 new cases reported yesterday. What does that mean to you, and what are you looking forward to? Not really forward, but what are you expecting in this upcoming week?
Well, it's exactly what I had hoped, which is that the social distancing and home quarantine has started to work. So we're seeing that flattening of the curve, and we will truly hope that it continues to hold. So please, everyone, stay at home. The reason there were more cases on Saturday and Friday, the 2 days when there was like 36 and 34 cases, was because a lot of those case results were coming in from 5, 6, 7 days ago. The labs had been sent to the mainland. Now that we are catching up, or 1,500 of them are same day, so we can start seeing real-time picture of how many cases we're getting per day. Also, we're now beginning to approach the 2-week point from the governor's order to stay at home, to home quarantine, to isolate at home.
You were talking about the recommendations of wearing masks now, people staying at home. Have you noticed that people are doing that more this past weekend, or are you still seeing a lot of people not heeding to the recommendations?
Well, some people are listening very carefully and doing their part to prevent the spread and slow the virus, and others aren't. It only works if we all do. We cannot have gaps in our system. So please, everybody, you must wear a mask if you're in any kind of proximity to anyone, and don't get within 6 feet. Please don't have any gatherings. I know that there is a study out there, and I think you're going to reflect on it a little bit. We cannot have percentages of people ignoring the home stay order or the social distancing, because if we do, all of this will fail. We have flattened the curve very well, but we still need a few more days to make sure we put this thing deep down to small numbers.
Okay, and that study that you just referred to, it was put out by the Pacific Urban Resilience Lab. They surveyed 11,000 Hawaii residents. Those residents participated during the last week of March. First thing they found that only 2% of the respondents report being in household with symptoms or confirmed cases of COVID-19, but 24% reported symptoms that could be a result of having COVID-19. Let's stop there. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that there probably is a background number of cases, and that's why the home quarantine is so critical, because this will be how it burns out. Most people are minimally symptomatic, remember. 80% of all people with COVID-19 have just very basic symptoms, a little sore throat, a little fever, and then it goes away after 4 or 5 days. The very severely ill people have landed in the intensive care unit, and we've heard those tragedies. So I believe those numbers, and I think that that underscores the need to not go out, because there are a lot of people that are minimally symptomatic or asymptomatic that could be positive and spreading it. We can't afford that.
Okay, and what we're just discussing, another finding from this survey of the 11,000 Hawaii residents who were surveyed during that last week of March, 3% of respondents, 3% still attending those large family gatherings, a large gathering with friends, even after the stay-at-home order went into effect. It should be 0%, right, Lieutenant Green?
That's right, because we've seen all across the country incidents where 50 or 75 people gathered for a birthday party or wedding. Half of them then contracted COVID-19. And remember, for every 100 people that end up contracting it, someone's going to be in the ICU on a ventilator and have a 50-50 chance of dying. So if you attend a party of 75 or 100 people, you really are very likely condemning one of your loved ones to death. And that is completely, completely tragic. So please, everyone, do not go out and have these parties. Make it till April 30th. Help us to completely crush this curve and this virus. If we don't have those kind of gatherings, we will not see spread. And then finally, wear the masks if you're going to be out near anybody out as you grocery shop and what have you. We are doing very well overall, but that can change in an instant. If we let down our guard, the numbers will go up like this, like New York, and they're going to see mass casualties this week.
All right, Lieutenant Governor and Dr. Josh Green will be sticking around to answer your Facebook questions a little later in this show. Thanks again for joining us.
Yeah.